this is different. I had some 3 a.m. thoughts yesterday, and being the work in progress content creator that I am now, I want to share them with you because the first thing that came to my mind when I was going through those thoughts was, you know what, this is going to make a fun episode. So, here's my thought number 3, which is, do penguins have knees? Okay. Yes, that's something that happened, and I'm not gonna lie. My brain hopped from existential crisis, from authenticity to whether I have my life figured out to penguins have knees. Well, and you know what? When this happens with you at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever, you lean in. You're not gonna just give up that greater thought and just leap it off after that. No. So as everyone would, I googled it, and guess what? Penguins do have knees. So, how it actually works is their legs are actually much taller than they appear to be, and they have knees that are hidden because, well, duh, what was I even thinking? Everyone has knees. How else do you think they would walk? But yeah, it was that, and that actually got me thinking, that this sort of aligns with everything that we've been speaking about as well right now, because not everything comes like on the surface. There could be complexities, or there could be parts of yourself that are hidden as well. So you should know that everybody else has a particular life or has a particular complexity that you might not be aware of. So one, don't judge, but, or you know what, judge a little if you want, but don't compare. That is super important. Turns out penguins do have knees. I mean, it's just hidden inside their bodies, and they have actually much longer legs than it appears in front of us. And now that I think of it, that somehow fits as a perfect metaphor for everything that we've been talking about today, which is not everything might be visible on the surface. Everyone can have certain hidden complexities that we might not know about. Oh, and also that does mean that we could be having some hidden capabilities too. Maybe that's just not visible for the world yet. And so the next time you're sitting and comparing yourself to, someone else's highlight reel, and you're thinking about your behind the scenes, just maybe remind yourself penguins have knees, which is just a simple reminder that there's always more going on beneath the surface. My thought number 4 is actually a brutal one, and something that hit me quite personally as well. Um, Unfiltered thought. He bought a car last month, and here I am struggling to manage my bank account at the end of the month, thinking if I can afford to go out for drinks and dinner with a friend. I'm being so specific and so real with this one because it actually stung a little. Because, all throughout it was going on that I felt like I was making progress. I was working towards something bigger, and things have been just fine. And then, I don't know, just casually, someone just happens to mention that, oh, they just got a loan to get a new house, or they made a down payment to their car, or something like that. And from there on, it's a spiral because then you're all about, am I doing it correct? Am I doing anything wrong? Am I behind? Should I have gone the other route? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? And trust me, it's not a good spiral to deal with. But this morning, when I woke up, and a little while back as well, when I was just sort of gathering my thoughts to talk about here, I realized that, you know what, I was just comparing my chapter 3 to his chapter 10, and that is why it felt wrong. My timeline is just mine. Maybe when he was buying cars, or when he was accumulating stuff, if I can call it, I was accumulating capability, or I was investing in my skills. And that's fine, right? Maybe they have different expenses. Maybe they have some inherited money that they're using for it. It could be a ton of other things. And the phase that I am in my life, that's okay for me because I should be feeling proud of myself for being in that phase. I'm happy with the progress I'm making. It's okay. Maybe my 2 years from now will also look different from there 2 years from now. And I think it was a hard pill to swallow because sometimes being in a broke founder era isn't as pretty as it can look like for some people. But you know what? This is just going to be one of those moments that I smile about, watching this YouTube video and being like, now I'm in my wealthy founder era. Now I have a car. Now I have a house and a cute little doggo. And I don't know, I think life will look better. Life will look different. But we're going to be okay. So sometimes, just whenever those spiraling 3 a.m. thoughts come to you, sleep it off. It gets better in the morning, because for me it did. And I know for everyone else it will too. Okay, I guess my brain was saving the heaviest one for the last, and by this point it was already like 5 a.m. ish. All the penguins were gone, all the other thoughts were gone, and then this one arrives, which is, am I doing the right thing by leaving my relationships aside and marrying my work at the moment? And this one really kept me up because it's the most sensitive one as well, and it's the most difficult one to answer, because it just feels like that I'm choosing my work repeatedly over my relationships, sometimes when I don't want to, and sometimes feeling bad about it while doing it, even though that's the only thing I want. Because missing dinners because of client deadlines, shorter phone calls with friends because I have some work to do or because my brain is just elsewhere, dating in theoretical life, but not really dating anyone in particular, because while I'm focused on growth at the moment, that can hurt a little. And in those moments, it can sort of make you feel like, am I building something really amazing, or am I building something great but I'm using that as an excuse to avoid the messiness of the relationships that's to come with it? And that was difficult to deal with. And you know what? The hardest part of building something good isn't the work that you're putting in, it's actually explaining to the people you love that why work is coming first right now. Because here's the thing, na, the people in your life don't always see the vision that you are seeing. What they see is that you're choosing your laptop over dinner, or that you're choosing potential over present. And how do you explain to them? How do you explain this thing to them, that what I'm actually sacrificing versus what I'm actually building? And somehow in my head, it's fitting. The priorities are fitting right now. But it still gets you thinking, am I focusing too well, or am I just being selfish? Am I investing in a future that could, I don't know, benefit everyone that I care about? That could benefit me in having the life that I want. But here's what my wiser self is coming up with. Sometimes choosing your work is choosing your people, just with a longer timeline. The answer to this isn't too black and white, but I think the right question that you need to ask is, are you sacrificing relationships to avoid vulnerability? Or are you investing in your work and time to build something so meaningful so that you can enjoy it with the people you love the most? So technically, you're taking care of the future of those people and of your future with those people. So after I was done, after I caught up on some sleep and had made my morning coffee, I realized something. All of these daunting 3 a.m. thoughts started to look smaller. Because you know what? They really are small enough. They were just overpowering in the quiet of the night. And morning felt fine when I was more caffeinated, when I was more logical in my head in the morning and thinking with a fresher head. Everything seemed okay, because I think all of those 3 a.m. thoughts are practically just regular thoughts. Everyone else is having them. It's just that at night when they come, they are wearing fear as accessories, which is why it just gets more troublesome for you. Am I too authentic? For some people, yes. But for the right people, I'm exactly authentic enough. And that's good with me. Do others have better 5 year plans than me? Not really. Others have other plans. They have different plans. Mine maybe just involve more improvisation and apparently more penguin research. Are my finances behind? I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But what am I going to get by comparing it with someone else? I'd rather just invest all that energy and thought into actually working towards something that can get my finances up, that can help me build something that's going to get in more money, and that can just help me live the kind of life that I want. And I think I'm going to be good with that. And the final one, whether I am sacrificing my relationships for my work. I think for now, my 8 a.m. thought told me that, you know what, you're in a focus season right now, and season's gonna change. So everything's okay. It's just about what you have to prioritize in which season to get the best out of it. So, yeah, I think I am gonna settle for the thoughts that might seem urgent at 3 a.m. are just regular thoughts at 9 a.m. And life goes on and life feels pretty again, and you should continue to work and build whatever you're building and feel okay about it. I'm thinking about it, like in my head, I'm like, okay, me worrying about authenticity means that maybe I'm actually worried about building real connections, which is a good thing. Or me trying to worry my brain up with the whole 5 year plan situation is just me trying to figure out whether everything that I'm doing is in the right direction or not. And I think being focused towards a right direction, there's nothing wrong with it, right? And just maybe the way I'm looking at it now, and let's say when I'm thinking about my relationship choices and work choices and like what my focus is looking like when, it's just more about me wanting to get some meaningful relationships in my life, some people who truly understand me and who understand what I'm building. And having that sort of filter brain is actually a positive thing. Look at that. We have turned our 3 a.m. anxiety into this fun little, maybe awkward, maybe chatty episode, but episode nonetheless. And thanks for being my co host, my sunflower. And thanks to all of you who stuck by till this point to actually watch the episode and maybe just learn a little bit, or if not learn, maybe just get yourself in that same space as, you know what, you're on this couch with me and it's going to be okay. So, if any of these thoughts that I blabbered about for I don't know how long now, um, penguin thoughts or relationship thoughts or financial troubles or where am I headed in my life thoughts, all of that chatter in your brain, just know that you're not alone. And at the end of the day, we are all just winging it with varied degrees of confidence and caffeine. And you know what? If you need someone to chat about it with, hit me up on my LinkedIn or my Instagram. I'll leave the links below, but hit me up and let's catch up. Let's talk about what's keeping you up at night, and let's see if I can help you out in any way. Wow, okay, so that was it about this episode of Zero Decks Given by Astha. And hopefully, next time I'll be back with my co host, much better lighting. But until then, see you.